Hey, welcome there, gamers and fellow painters, to another episode of Painting Happy Little Minis, where we take different miniatures from different companies and we
paint them.
We paint them. Yeah. So you're literally watching paint dry today, and we appreciate you joining us. I'm Rick.
And I'm Carrie.
Carrie over here, my cohort in crime.
Yeah.
My con criminal.
Yeah, God, finally back on the show. It's been a minute since I've been here at GTM, but we've had other stuff going on. We were at Origins.
We were.
And then I was at Too Many Games.
Right, and we haven't talked about that.
Right.
So that'll be fun.
And then my dad needed open heart surgery.
Which is not fun.
So that's not really a cakewalk. So I've been helping my family out with that. So
we wish
thanks
your father,
for understanding.
Yeah, we wish your father a speedy recovery.
Thank you. Yeah, he's doing real well. So
everybody watching us, just to let you guys know that we are experiencing some slow internet, even though we have a dedicated line. IT's in the house. They must be in the house because it's the only time we ever have these issues. But it could drop. If it does, we are also over on YouTube and livestream.com. So there are other areas to watch today if this happens to fall off Facebook.
Yes.
So.
And Twitch.
Oh, and Twitch. We're also
Okay.
on Twitch right now as well. Yeah. I always forget that one. I shouldn't because it's an awesome platform.
yes.
The worst.
So.
I am the worst. So what are you painting today?
So I'm actually picking. I'm painting something that I got at Origins. I'll take it off the little thing. So when I was at Origins, I picked up a 2-pack of WizKids pre-painted
Or pre-primed?
pre-primed minis. So this is from the Half-Orc Barbarian 2-pack. So
Nice.
I painted the other one actually at Origins, and a
I
few
remember.
people stopped by and watched me do that. So I painted that for my husband, so
Right.
that was his character. So I figured since you guys are doing villains and you didn't already have like a barbarian kind of character or like a half-orc, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
I'll do
haven't
this.
at all.
Yep.
Yeah. And
So-
I'm still working on the guards to our main villain.
Oh, okay.
Which is, as you look at, I don't think they're on this. Here he is. He's up here.
Oh, okay.
Our main villain
Uh-oh.
is this guy.
Oh, yes, he looks very much sort of like the leader of the pack. We'll put him on there. So,
Yeah, he's a bard
whoop,
who
screwing everything up. Awesome. So, there he is.
yeah, there he is. He's a bard. I don't have his character sheet here, so I can't remember his full name. It's
Horatio Sitwell.
Gregory Fernando Horatio Sitwell, I think is his full name.
Wow.
And you have to
You
say
have to say
that
his full
every
name,
time because
right.
it's disrespectful to him.
Okay.
That's how he takes it. He's very very weird about his name. He doesn't like being called Lord Sitwell or Mr. Sitwell.
Yeah, full name.
Full name.
All right.
But the funny thing is he's actually been shunned by his family.
Okay, well,
And he runs kind of like he's like the greatest showman.
okay.
You know, he has like a traveling circus of a menagerie of just crazy creatures and freaks, if you
Okay,
will.
all right.
And he takes his little circus into towns and rubs elbows with the wealthy families and then robs them
Yeah,
blind.
I was to say, and then takes all of their money.
Yeah,
Excellent.
Yeah, it was a neat build, and of course this week we already painted. Kurt was here this week.
Awesome.
And he painted this dragonborn villain,
That's awesome.
which we haven't.
I love like the cape whipping on that.
Yeah.
That looks real cool.
And
Large
then
amount of surface area to paint too,
the
which is
two,
always good.
The two Romani looking dancing.
Yeah, so you've got
girls.
like what I would assume to be another bard and then like a rogue character.
So I'm thinking that these are the ones I'm going to do tomorrow.
Okay.
No, we voted. Remember,
Oh, you
we have to
voted?
wait until the vote comes
I
in.
think the vote is on this one.
I think so. They are definitely in
yeah,
the running.
they're in the run. It's between them and the dang mimic.
Yes. Everyone's like, make the mimic a
Make the
thing.
mimic a
The
character.
mimic looks really cool though.
Yeah.
But it's
course.
between the ladies and the...
Choose the females because I have a great idea. I'm going to throw it out right now. It's my
Okay.
ideas. The one without the sword is a sorceress
Okay.
or a bard
Okay.
who can cast mirror, who has the ability to cast mirror image.
Ah.
One of the times that she cast it, it was in a wild magic zone, and
Okay.
it's like had a flashback or a rebirth, or it
Yeah.
just kind of whiplashed. And one of her images became sentient and real.
And that's
the
her.
other one.
Oh, that's cool.
And the other one does not talk at all.
Oh.
But she doesn't want to look like her twin, her
So she
mirror.
like dyed her hair.
Dyed her
white.
hair, dresses differently, carries a sword, is kind of more of a warrior.
Okay.
Because as a mirror image, it's there to protect the main.
Right.
She still has that need to protect her main.
Okay.
But the reason she doesn't talk is because if she tries to say something, it comes out backwards
Oh.
because of the mirror image
Right.
thing. I thought that was just I was like, oh, this would be a cool little thing. And of course, he would love it. Gregory
yeah,
would love it because
absolutely.
freak show.
Right. Absolutely. Super cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
let's
right.
get painting.
What?
Question for you.
One question.
What is the like? Is it possible to domesticate a mimic, so to speak?
I'm thinking you probably could, like any creature, if you feed it enough and treat it nice, it'll be okay for you. I'm almost thinking that the mimic is the pet to Gregory.
Yeah.
And is but we have a chest mimic too somewhere around here. There's a treasure chest mimic, and it could be the same mimic just in different forms. And like he'll be like, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just grab that out of the chest over there.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
like,
Because
Excellent.
here's my thought. Just looking at this lineup of these three characters on the spinner,
yeah.
is that say they come into town touting like say, oh, we have the finest ale or the finest wine, or whatever, and it's by invitation only that you can come out and try this, and they lure some of the rich nobility into like this private secluded area, like under the pretenses of trying this fine wine or ale, only to find out that it's a mimic, and they end up like robbing or killing the character.
Killing them that way. Yeah, I mean, that could be just another angle that Gregory uses with the females.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a private tasting of this exotic alcohol from these lands far away that we went when we found this creature.
Right.
And invite only. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's a good idea, Johnny.
Thank you.
I'm stealing it and giving you no credit. No,
Do we have anyone in the chat so far today?
Mini Painting Studio said hello.
Hey.
Peter says hello.
Hello.
Did you say Peter?
Peter F.
Nice. Yeah.
Sherry.
Nice.
An attempt was made.
Hey, Peter, can you adjust your camera so that your miniature's in the notes?
Oh, sorry, that's one.
That's fine. I knocked it over. There we go.
Woohoo.
There he is. Human, orc, half orc, barbarian. I don't know what color I want to make his skin. I'm liking this sort of like pale green color.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think of when I think
Orcs?
orcs.
Of course. An orc is an orc, of course, unless, of course, the orc's a horse.
Horse?
Is the famous Mr. Ed.
I'm going to show you some of the other band members
Yeah.
of the villainous troupe. We've got this guy is the leader of the private security guard. They got the pole arm there.
Did you end up making him like a? I forget. I was on part
I
of that
think he's
screen.
a monster hunter as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, of course, we have this guy with the one eye that is a magical eye that he had to pop his own eye out of to be able to utilize it. But he is also like a bounty hunter turned monster hunter who works and goes out and finds the lairs and stuff of creatures for
Oh.
Gregory.
So, not necessarily like an evil character, but someone who's just sort of in it for the money and the
yeah,
thrill.
he wants to be known as the greatest hunter. He's a craven, the hunter. You know, if he hears about something, he lets Gregory know that he's going to go get it, and he's
Nice.
very much about that. But he's also always has a escape plan, and he knows that one day Gregory's going to mess up,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to necessarily be, hemmed up in
Right.
that drama.
Right.
So he has
Absolutely.
always has a exit strategy.
Right.
So One Edge Hero says Rincewind from the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett has a mimic treasure chest as a companion, and he's called the Luggage.
The
luggage.
Yes.
I like that.
I love that.
That's great.
I'm going to share this real quick as well. What is everybody currently painting? All of you out there in that's watching. What are some things that you're currently involved with?
Oh, and Emerald Dragon Games says, yay, it's the Navy guy with his merry band of awesome painters that are better than him.
LOL.
That are,
Not good.
that are better than me. Yes, that's
Yes.
right. That is correct. They are better than me. All right.
That being said, flattery will get you everywhere. Yeah, I guess the last time I painted was at Origins,
Oh,
which was a
okay.
good time. Sold a bunch of books thanks to everyone who stopped by the GTM booth and picked up a copy of our book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games. Now that that's been out for a couple weeks, it should actually be on the general book market.
Yeah, I know where one's at right now.
Yeah.
At Barnes & Noble in Bel Air.
Oh,
Whoa.
really?
Yeah. I was a little geeked out when I saw it. I was like, oh, I know who did this.
I did that.
So I wanted to go up. I wanted to be that guy. You know, I wanted to go up to the help desk and be like, excuse me, did you know?
I've
No.
definitely been that guy before.
Would you like me to sign it for your
I haven't
customers?
been that guy.
It's just Rick standing by like the front exit, like accosting people as they try to leave. Like, it's like, I'll sign this.
Hey, buy this book. I'll sign it for you. Did you write it? No. But my name's on it. She did all the heavy lifting, like legitimately.
It's a fun book.
Yeah.
Also, Kat says, oh, he's back. I thought maybe the kids had done something to you.
Ooh.
They did. They wore me out.
I bet.
Also, Josh says, just finished Stuffed Fables, and now I'm
Oh,
going to start
nice.
on the Grim Forest.
Nice. I'm working on the Grim Forest at home. It's a fun little game with really cool miniatures. I should just bring those in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and finish them up here.
Rick, can you move your camera up a little bit?
I can,
There we go.
so everybody can see my belly. Perfect.
Yay!
Congratulations, everyone. You win.
You mean lose?
No, what?
Wow.
Dang it, Johnny.
Savage, Johnny.
So, tell us about this other convention you went to.
Yeah, too many games. So this is my second year like vending at the show.
Okay.
I split with my buddy Kurt, who runs the Hardcore Gaming 101 website. So if you want to learn everything you ever wanted to know and then some about really any given video game, check out hardcoregaming101.net. But Kurt, he has his own line of books, and he contributes to he contributed to the video game book that we
Okay.
did. And then I've also written some stuff for him.
Okay.
So we split the table these past couple years, but it's a really fun show. It's still primarily a video game show, but they do have a really strong tabletop presence, and there were a ton of people there just like selling dice, selling a bunch of board games.
Nice.
And I definitely noticed a stronger tabletop presence this year than I had in years past, because I've been for a few years before we started
Right.
vending just as like an attendee.
Okay.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I met Charles Martinet, he's the voice of Super Mario,
Okay.
and Kenny James, who's the voice of Bowser.
Nice.
And I was
Oh,
dressed
that's
as
cool.
Princess Daisy, so it worked out really well.
Was it planned to be Princess Daisy in the presence of these two?
I wasn't originally planning on taking Daisy, and then I saw who the guests were, and I was like, I guess I'm bringing Daisy. So, no, it was really cool. It's a fun show. That takes place in Oaks, Pennsylvania, at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center,
Okay.
and that's in June.
Nice.
So,
How many attendees do you think rolled in on that?
I mean, over the course of the weekend, I think they get like somewhere between 5,000 and 6,000
Okay.
sort of like individual like attendees. Because the one downfall of the venue is that it doesn't have what I would consider to be like good panel space.
Okay.
Like it's really good for like an exhibit hall. Like it's awesome.
Okay.
I've actually been to that convention center for like different kinds of shows. I've been there for like guitar shows and whatnot
Okay.
before. But yeah, that would be sort of like the one sort of gripe that I have about the venue is that the panel rooms that they have are really small and the sound quality in those rooms is not always the best. Like it can be really difficult to hear people even when they're mic'd up just because
Okay.
of the acoustics of the room and whatnot. So we'll see. It's gotten bigger every year, and it would not surprise me if they ended up moving to a larger venue
Okay.
just in order to accommodate more people because it seems like there's just a lot of interest in the show,
I
which
can
is
dig it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Also, Michael said he's painting the Shadespire
Oh,
set.
nice. Shadespire, those have been fun painting those with Dave. He likes Shadespire.
He does.
Yeah.
I should have picked an easier mini.
What? All right. I want to say. I hope I didn't just double post. I may have.
Well,
I just don't want to get kicked out of the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition group. So let me make sure I didn't do that. I'll be like, I'm sorry, guys. Please don't. No. Ah, they ended me.
yeah, I don't have any. I finally have like a month without conventions. I'm just like, finally I can breathe.
Nice.
Doing back-to-back shows, like, I love going to conventions,
Mhm.
but doing back-to-back weekends really takes it out of me at this point, to be
Sure.
honest with you. And then, of course, next month I'm doing back-to-back shows again.
Oh, yeah? Which ones you got next month?
I've got Otakon,
Okay.
and then FlameCon. I'm going to FlameCon for the first time.
FlameCon.
So FlameCon is really cool. It is a LGBT-focused
Okay.
comic convention in Manhattan.
All right.
I think that's the 18th and 19th of August.
Okay.
And obviously, like they don't care about your background. You can, if you're
Sure.
straight, you can go. Like
Yeah,
it
of
doesn't
course,
matter.
yeah.
Like whatever. They're there to celebrate inclusivity in comics and other forms of
Pop
media
culture.
and whatnot and pop culture.
Cool.
So, yeah. So that should be really cool. I've heard nothing but good things about FlameCon, so
Nice.
I am pretty excited for that. I am not done with this brown. What am I doing?
Where in Manhattan? Just like
I think it's literally in
Wow.
in a hotel in like Times Square.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
I think last year they drew like 7,000 people over the course of the weekend. So
That's not bad.
yeah, it's pretty good. This will be like their 4th convention, I think. So they're still pretty new.
Yep, and I've got my conventions coming up. I got San Diego next week,
Yeah.
and San Diego Comic Con, and then a week and a half after that is Gen Con. Yeah, two big ones.
That's a wicked back-to-back.
Yep, and then it's a couple weeks off.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't, again, I'm on the fence on whether or not I am even going to make the trek down to Dragon Con the beginning of September.
Yeah, that's like obviously that's a big one for a lot of people. I think my roommate's going to that.
Nice. It's for Dragon Con for me though is I don't take it as a work show.
Yeah,
I
you're
go down-
you're there
yeah.
to enjoy it.
Yeah. If I get like a press pass, I'll do some press stuff obviously. But
Right.
It is take it in, have fun.
Yeah.
And
For
then
sure.
literally the weekend after that is the Alliance Open House, which starts on that Wednesday. So Monday would be the end of Dragon Con. Because Dragon Con is goes to Monday because it's Labor Day.
Right, Labor Day weekend.
So come back on Tuesday, literally leave the very next day to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana for Alliance Open House.
I couldn't do it, man.
And then after that I'm going to hit up Keystone Comic Con,
Okay,
which is the new Reed Pop one in Philly.
okay.
And their guest list is nice. So,
Yeah, Reed Pop knows what they're doing.
well, they've got the guy from True Blood that was the werewolf, Alcide.
Okay.
Joe Manganiello,
Joe Manganiello.
who is a D&D guy.
Yeah, he's been on Critical Role.
Yeah. And so he's there.
When people say Joe Manganiello, I do not think of True Blood.
No?
No.
What else has he been in?
Magic Mike.
I don't think that's right.
That's really funny.
Is that about magicians?
Oh,
Sure.
but yeah, so he's going to be there. Sookie Anna Paquin, and the guy
Okay.
who played Vampire Bill.
Okay, so like they're doing it as like a True Blood thing.
Yeah, there's a
Okay.
True Blood thing going on there.
Okay. Well,
And then,
I won't be there to be thirsty about it then.
well, why not? John Barrowman's going to be there, and he's amazing.
I hear he's really fun at
He
conventions.
is. He is a fan's fan. Especially when he does his panels and he dresses up
Oh
in,
yeah.
in like the sparkly sequins Doctor Who like
Oh yeah.
dress.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
He comes
yeah,
out.
yeah.
It's so funny. And he does kilt checks.
Oh no. I feel like that could go horribly.
I agree. What if someone has a nervous bladder? I mean, that's probably not what you were thinking, but
My dude. Yeah. Yeah, I do love going to conventions, but I am excited to
not have to.
not be there too terribly much this month. Like much as I love San Diego Comic-Con, it's funny. My sister said that I have like a love-hate relationship with San Diego Comic-Con, and I think that's fair.
I agree.
Because it's like I love San Diego as a city, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Weather, awesome. Particularly compared to here, where it's like usually swampy this time of year.
Yep.
With San Diego, it's just, you know, you get there. Maybe it's just because I'm getting to the point of being an old lady at this point. It's like I'm there and I'm on the show floor for like 3 hours, and I'm like, you know what?
I'm over.
I think I'm done. Like,
That's funny.
I just can't anymore, man. I'm just a tired old lady at
Oh my
conventions.
God. Well, I wasn't.
I know
even-
I'm like a literal zygote compared to you, but
Wow. Wow. But true. But it's funny is I wasn't even done. I still have more.
oh
So
god.
after Keystone, the very next weekend is Baltimore Comic Con.
Yeah, I'll be at Baltimore.
Then the weekend after Baltimore is New York.
Oh, I don't think I'll be at New York.
I think you should be in New York. I think you need to just make that happen.
Okay, well. You know, New York Comic Con has a lot of things that I like, but I just like, maybe it's just the Javits Center. I always end up very worn out and very sore by the end of the day.
Sure.
At the Javits, specifically.
I can see that.
Yeah,
The Javits.
the Javits.
Rick, speaking of the Javits,
Yeah.
you remember that person who cosplayed as the Javits Center last year?
Yes. They were amazing.
That to me was like one of my favorite cosplays of all last year there.
I mean, they were genius. And it looked amazing. I wonder if they've upgraded for this year because of the expansions that are going on.
Are they expanding it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's just the same cosplay with a bunch of little mini scaffolding on the side of the
Yeah.
construction in
A
progress.
construction park going on.
Also, the Crafting Muse
Hey.
on Twitch says, finally catching one of these.
Nice.
Yay!
She is awesome. I met her at Origins. She was also one of the guest painters on Realmsmith TV with Jason over there, where we did the master classes with the Beholders. And but
Very cool.
she's super talented. She's all about, like, she does amazing terrain builds.
Oh, awesome.
And
cool.
it's like, what?
Awesome.
So if you guys watching do not follow the Crafting Muse, you need to look it up and make it happen, because you will learn some stuff. She is amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you get to take home your beholder?
Yes, I did. We did a commando, like green camouflage, but with like 3 like black commando stripes across it.
That's funny.
But what was really funny is, you know, why we're doing that is, like, what we're doing up on at the stage table painting. Everybody that was in the audience that was there painting as well. Some of them were like doing their own thing, and I'll tell you what, they were sick. It was like, what? I was like, why was I up there, sitting in with Jason on a master class?
Instructing.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not instructing. I'm trying to keep up with Jason. He's quick. That guy's like, is anybody at the next stage yet? I was like, we just started. You just said green. I was like, I'm not there yet.
That's funny.
And his work is good. But yeah, there were some people in the crowd that was just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Talent.
I bet.
Oh, the Crafting Muse said, your beholder looked great.
Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, thanks for, like, when you were up there painting, like, telling the entire crowd the story of my nickname. That was time well spent.
Johnny, I don't know if you've realized this yet, but any opportunity I can embarrass embarrass you in front of a crowd, it's gonna happen.
You talked about that?
was the legend of Johnny Watches.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and that was a full class. There was probably, I think, 30 people that were sitting there doing the painting, the paint and take with the beholder.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah, I was
what
really
I'm
surprised. I
doing.
walked up there and, like, every seat was taken, and everyone was like, looked like they were having a great time with that.
Yeah, it was awesome. And Vallejo was the sponsor for that.
Awesome.
Yeah. And
I want some brown.
got a really fun email from Alex Vallejo after Origins. He's a super polite guy, but I've said this on programs in the past. I think that when he was learning English, he learned the expletives first, and and I love him. He's a great dude. And so he sends this email, and Jason is CC'd in it on it, and he's just thanking everybody thanks you for coming out and being a part of it and helping promote our product and all this other stuff. And he said, I'd like to be more on your show, on your porno show. I'm like, it's not what we do here. And he's like, Jason, make sure you watch his porno show so that you can get it. It's like, I don't know if it's language barrier or.
The Crafting Muse says he swears like a sailor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did he take, like, the Samuel L. Jackson, like, English class?
He may have, because we all know that Samuel throws expletives left and right.
Also, Seth says hello.
Hey, Seth. I see also in the chat that Emerald Dragon Games is watching us, and they're painting Shadespire at the store right now while they're watching us.
Uh-oh.
And we've been wanting to Guild Ball kickoff for a while, but keep on getting stuck on too many other projects. Man, Guild Ball, those are some good miniatures too. And that's funny is we've never painted them on the show.
We haven't.
I do have a couple factions.
Yeah, and in those boxes in the
Yep.
back, we have more.
Yep.
There's a lot.
We have so many things that we should be painting.
What are you talking about? That we can paint.
Guild
It's not-
Ball is very detailed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that will be a project for Dave.
Yes.
Not for Carrie.
Oh, that's what we should do next Thursday. Next Thursday when Dave's here with I think Jeff Hall's coming in again.
Oh, okay.
Guild Ball. Just leave some Guild Ball stuff here. Here you go, guys.
Have fun. Good
They'll
luck.
be like, they're just like, That's not what we want to paint because both of those guys love painting Games Workshop product.
Okay.
So
A lot.
a lot.
I have a buddy who's coming down to DC this weekend for some sort of Warhammer event in DC. I don't know what. I'm not
It's not
super
the.
into
Is it the NovaCon? It's not NovaCon.
I
'Cause
don't
that's the one that Dave would absolutely be at
I don't know.
if it was going on. So interesting.
I have no idea.
I see. Is this guy coming from New York?
He is coming from New York.
Cool.
Oh, Seth says, I bought Kelly the entire J.R.R. Martin collection from Dark Sword for
Ooh.
Christmas 2 years ago. I'm not allowed to buy her any more minis.
Why? Why not allowed? Did she not like them, or were they?
I think it was the entire collection.
And they're still working on them.
Yeah.
Well,
That's awesome. That's a set I want to paint. Is the Song of Ice and Fire
oh, buddy.
by Simon?
It looks good.
Yeah, those miniatures are amazing.
Oh, yeah, because there's still 50 of them in the drawer.
Oh,
That's
yikes.
why.
Well,
He's not allowed to buy any more
Yeah,
minis.
that makes sense.
you got to finish what you have before you can start on anything new. That's what I tell myself with my Gundam models.
Thank God for painting happy little minis, though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because I get the opportunity to paint some of the miniatures I need for adventures.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, okay, this helps out a lot. Ta-da!
Also, James is here.
Hey,
Welcome,
James.
Whew.
Have you played any D&D since you've been back from the shows and since I last saw you? Or has that also been on a little bit of a hiatus?
I was scheduled to play like a couple weeks ago, and then all this stuff happened with my dad, so
Yeah.
that got put on hiatus for a minute. But I'm
Okay.
scheduled to play next week,
All
next
right.
Friday, so I'm getting back into it a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like I think the last time I played was right before Origins,
Okay.
and it was like we were setting up sort of like the new adventure. Like we made it to the new town, and it's cool. It's like in a port town.
Nice.
There's a bunch of crazy stuff going on. There's like a big zombie shark in the harbor.
Nice.
It's causing some problems for some people, so we of course have to be the ones
Right.
to solve that.
What I
So
find interesting though is if you know there's a zombie shark in the harbor, why swim? Why even do it?
well,
Just-
so it's not even that it's attacking swimmers; it's attacking boats.
oh, so it's big enough and strong
Yeah.
enough to actually
Yeah.
cause. Okay.
Like it attacked us as we were coming into the port. That's
Okay.
how we realized that there was
Wow.
a problem.
So you know what they
here.
need? A bigger boat. Thanks, Joss.
Thanks. So yeah, it's that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to playing through that for sure.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, obviously gotta make sure that I have my priorities in order as far as this stuff is concerned.
Sure,
So
yeah. Totally understood.
absolutely. So
I'm really curious though, as far as Johnny goes in San Diego. What kind of watch he's going to get there this time? Is his first time going to San Diego, right, Johnny?
Yep.
And there's going to be at least one person there with a watch for sale.
Probably. Well, here, let me ask you this. Since this is my first time going,
Yeah.
I think I should let you know I have a little bit of a claustrophobia, and I don't like huge crowds of people. So will I be okay?
no.
No, God no.
However, you're going to be better at San Diego than you're ever going to be at New York. I find New York to be extremely claustrophobic.
Well, I think the reason that is because there's almost the same amount of attendees
Yeah.
at New York as San Diego, but San Diego, there's so much to do outside of the convention center.
That's what I've always told people is that San Diego, like, it takes over the whole city.
Yeah.
Whereas in New York, like, you have some bars in the area that are, participating and having, events and whatnot, but not nearly in the same fashion.
Yeah, not in the same fashion as the gas lamp district of downtown
Right.
San Diego, where every bar and restaurant is skinned by Netflix or AMC or
Funko.
Yeah, and they're holding all these parties after con hours out at these venues. because these different entities are basically buying them out for parties.
Yeah.
I just wish that we had gotten more time there than just because we're leaving Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, we're pretty much going to be held up like doing interviews for previews and whatnot. So I don't know how much time I'll actually have to like roam around and look at the show floor. So
I mean, you should still have time because when the past couple years that I've gone, I'm covering the show, so I'm kind of flying all over the place. But I've always, sort of looked at my schedule ahead of time and been like, all right, so here's sort of like my free time block. What am I going to do with that? So.
Yeah,
well, that'd be nice if we actually had a schedule.
Well, yeah, we haven't got it yet because we're not actually the ones scheduling for interviews. It's Previews World.
Ah.
And I've seen that from Troy, some of the correspondence that they're going to have a couple really good interviewees.
Yeah.
So
I know you guys will be talking to my boss.
I thought maybe Sam Jones.
JC.
Oh, not Sam Jones?
No.
Dang it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe.
But talking about the new price guide,
Yeah, of course.
which is always exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just sent me over the different variant cover art to include in the video.
Yeah, we
They
have
all
some,
look really good.
We have really cool covers this year. We have the
Is it American flag?
American flag is I think our Hall of Fame cover this year. Is this the same brown I already have? I think it is.
I really like the Joe Jusko, the Thanos cover.
That's the hero cover this year.
Heroes
that's,
Initiative?
That's the hero initiative. So
Nice.
that's limited to 500 hardcovers. So if you like the Jusko hardcover with Thanos, which is of course coming at extremely well timed cover.
I agree.
That's one to watch out for. But we've also got Planet of the Apes 50th anniversary cover.
Yeah, nice.
We've got we did Flash Green Lantern by Ethan Van Sciver,
Okay.
which has been hot off the presses. Yeah, absolutely. So
Hot as in the good-looking cover, or
I mean, good looking cover, and a lot of orders on that, as far as I'm aware too.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's always exciting.
Ethan just did a Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and I think it might actually still be going. He's
Yeah.
already raised like $400,000.
Yeah.
So he is
Something
a hot
crazy.
artist in that regard.
Yeah,
Isn't there
and like
also a Buffy
the
cover?
huh?
A Buffy cover?
Yeah, the Buffy cover. That's the one I was missing. That's the one for the Big this year. So that's super cool.
Nice.
Much as I have such a respect for the classics, obviously, it's very exciting to have something kind of a little more contemporary, something that a lot of folks my age kind of grew up watching, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the cover looks awesome. So
Perfect.
you really can't go wrong with any of the covers we've got going on this year. Always exciting. It's always nice to like get those books in too, because that's when you know you're done.
Yep. The work is done.
The work is done.
Nice. But then as soon as San Diego's over, it's on to the next.
Yeah. I mean, so this is the 48th. Obviously, we have to do the 49th first, but we are very much looking forward to Overstreet 50.
Oh yeah, that should be a big event.
In many ways, yeah. So,
Lost internet connection.
Okay.
On both?
Okay, now it's back.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody, if there might be some hiccups, we're experiencing some internet droppage, I think.
technical
Yeah,
difficulties.
the gremlins have returned.
Particularly on Facebook. YouTube and Twitch seem to be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you're experiencing difficulties on Facebook, definitely head over to either YouTube or to Twitch.
It lost it again on Facebook.
Well,
Okay.
But YouTube
Womp womp.
is going fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
Twitch and YouTube are fine.
Okay.
Curse
Yeah.
you, Zuckerberg!
Yes, you. All right. So I'm finishing up the bases on these guys, and then I'm going to do a wash and then maybe highlight a few things, and these guys will be done.
nice.
Yeah.
The crafting muse says it happens to us all.
It's true.
It is a fact.
I don't know what I want to do.
That's true.
Streaming at a cool 1.6 frames per second.
Oh, wow. I love it. I need like a tan, like a good sort of like.
Which one did you use before? Did you use the leather brown before?
Yeah, I've got the leather brown. I need
brown?
something
Lighter?
paler than that.
Lighter and paler than that. Okay, what do we got right here? That is monster brown. It looks
Monster
a little
brown.
lighter.
What's the cream one you got next to that? I like that too.
Arid earth.
Arid earth.
So as you can tell, we're using a lot of Army Painter war paints. I did use some Vallejo game color as well today.
I think I've got the blue here. I think is Vallejo.
I'm sitting here
Which is
with.
nice. It's a good royal blue. I
I'm
like
not
that.
even using it, but I pulled it out because it's my favorite Vallejo.
Tinny tin?
Tinny tin. Miss you, Dave, and your tinny tin. I always get like, yay, he's using tinny tin today. Yes.
Yeah, I want these sort of leg wraps this guy has on to look like they've been pulled from like multiple different kinds of animals, basically.
Nice. As they would be.
Right.
Dirty orc.
Dirty, just a dirty, nasty boy.
Facts.
Did she just turn into Kathy Bates from Misery?
Did she say that line?
She kind of talks that way a little bit.
Nice.
Just a rowdy boy.
Speaking of rowdy, yesterday here at the Game Trade Media Studios, we had a lot of people in here yesterday. But I want to actually say this. You know, Leona's over here monitoring the chat and stuff, and you got Johnny on the switcher. I just want to say those two were rock stars yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
So, start off in the morning, we had Previews World videos we had to shoot, and North Star Games yesterday morning was in to do some product videos as well.
Wow.
And then we also had Smirk and Dagger, another game publisher, in that afternoon. And so we had all these, I think we had, 10 people total maybe?
Oh, wow.
Here, and then George and Paul from Games and stuff are here. The creators also of Overlight by Renegade Game Studios was publishing that for them. We're here, and we played some board games with Matt Fantastic and his co-creator of Before There Were Stars, Alex. So it was a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a busy day, though.
Yeah, busy, and we got a lot of content. So you're going to be seeing some really cool video content coming out real soon over, North Star Game stuff and
possibly some not safe for work content as well.
That's right. We did one of the games sessions. We made it a little bit more loose.
Oh, okay. That's one word for it, I
Yeah.
guess.
Because it's a mythology story game. So you're basically telling the mythology of your people
Okay.
based on the constellation cards that you are able to accumulate through drawing.
Okay.
And you could be very serious about it, or you could not be and have fun with it. And
Be a little looser about it.
yeah, be a little more loose. I was very serious and almost made one of our fellow players tear up
Oh, no.
because it was that. I'm just gonna say it. It was amazing.
Oh, okay. All right. Whatever you say, Rick.
It was fun though.
That's good.
Yeah, a good day.
I need to get back into the swing of things as far as my tabletop gaming is concerned.
No kidding.
Yeah, well,
Slacker.
Sometimes the world has other plans for you.
This is true.
So, because I've got a lot of good stuff at home that I just really want to play.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Like what?
I picked up I think it's the most recent expansion of
Oh, Red Dragon.
Red
right?
Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Villains.
Thematic.
Yeah, hey. So really looking forward to playing that because it's like I brought it home and I was like, yeah, I'm really excited. And then I immediately had another convention to go to, and then I had family stuff.
Right.
So haven't gotten the chance to play that yet. But I have an incredible amount of faith that it's very good, as Red Dragon tends to be.
Yeah.
I gotta get in this at a different angle than this little holder is going to afford me.
Okay. So you have that one.
Yeah, I want to play Fallout again sometime soon.
Yeah.
Because the Fallout board game has a bunch of different scenarios, and I've played like 2 of the 4. So like I want to
okay.
play the others.
Right.
It's just like much like trying to get people together for like
Anything?
anything, but like for like a long RP session. The Fallout board game takes like 2-3 hours to complete.
Right.
It's not like, oh, come over, we're going to play some Scrabble. Like, it's a little more involved than that. So, have not really had the chance to do that. Now, here's the thing. That's a game you can play solo.
Oh, yeah.
So, if I really want to be a sad adult, I could just play it in my house by myself.
Yeah, but that's not fun.
Then I'd be a sad adult.
But for some people it is. Some people do like their solo games.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with solo
Yeah.
gaming.
Okay, let me just stop right here because every time I go looking for a game, I have to look for something I can play as a solo game because I can never find the time or people to play with. So
Yeah, no,
Well, that's
I
just
mean,
sad for you, Johnny.
wow.
What?
He's bagging on Johnny today.
Oh, is it Thursday? Seems right.
I'm just gonna go in the corner and cry with my watches.
Wow, John, don't be that guy. Go outside and do that.
Johnny, no.
Oh my.
All by myself.
He
That's
can sing
right.
too.
So, yeah, I mean, the thing is for me, like, because I'm such a big video game person too,
Yeah.
like, if I'm going to play a game by myself, I'm probably sitting in my basement playing Persona 5.
Wait, in your basement? You got a whole house.
Yeah, but, like, my PS4 is in my basement.
Why would you put it down there?
Because it's cool down there.
Ah, yes.
James was asking, do you have, different than the other James, do you have Plague Doctor minis?
Plague Doctor. I do not.
No.
I haven't even heard of that game.
Let me look it up.
Are any of these, are these WizKids that you're painting today?
What I have
These are all
is
WizKids.
Oh,
minis.
okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Plague Doctor.
Oh, it's a
Interesting.
The bird.
Pathfinder series? Question? No, it's a Reaper.
Oh.
Oh, well, okay, there's a lot of different Plague Doctor minis.
Yeah.
I have a Reaper mini. It's not Plague Doctor, though.
Yeah. I know what he's thinking about now.
Apocrypha adventure card game, maybe?
Apocrypha?
That's by I think Lone Shark Games. It's yeah,
Oh.
it's a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, I have a Reaper mini that I use for my Bard character
Oh yes.
because much as I love WizKids and I love painting WizKids, WizKids did not have a mini that I could use for my my tiefling.
Okay.
Because like the tieflings that they have in their line, they have like sorcerers, which is cool, and I
Right.
think they have rogues now, which is also super cool.
Okay.
But I play a bard, and the stuff that they had just like wasn't fitting my dude's personality. So
Makes sense. So you had to go with someone that had that.
yeah, and fortunately for me, Reaper had that,
All right.
which was super good.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy with the end result. I think I posted it in the
You did.
in the
group.
in the group,
Yeah.
the Facebook group.
And speaking of Facebook groups, if you guys watching are not currently a member of it, please join the Painting Happy LIL Minis, Painting Happy Lil Minis group. Lil Minis. And we'll let you on in and share all the stuff you're painting. If you have questions, the community in there is really positive.
Yes.
They'll give you tips and tricks and all those wonderful things that you need to add to your toolbox to become a better painter. And if you are an amazing painter and have some cool tips and tricks to share, please do that, because we just want more people involved in the hobby that we all love. So, and what a great way to do it.
People post. Did you see the one
People
guy
post
who
all the
posted?
time.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I love seeing what other people do.
Yep.
Because it's way better than anything I'm doing here. Especially today.
Oh man, no.
I'm going to put this on the spinner and people are going to be like, gross.
I don't think that's going to be the case. All right. Man, I'm sitting here thinking though, some Plague Doctor minis would be kind of fun to paint with the big bird beaky masks,
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of like a steampunk game that has minis that would have some Plague Doctors in it.
I mean, I feel like you could incorporate like a classic Plague Doctor into like a D&D campaign.
Well, you could.
Like, you get to a town and it's just like desolate, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's dealing with this like mystery sickness. That's the job. Find out what's causing this like crazy sickness to infect everyone in town. It's probably a necromancer.
Yeah. Or some sort of blight druid.
Ooh, blight druid.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nuts.
Yeah, I love that, like the look of a Plague Doctor mask. Yeah. It's very neat.
I agree. My son Lucas, who painted last Thursday with us.
Oh yeah.
He likes the Plague Doctor thing as well. Every time when we go to someplace that they have them for sale, he's like, "I want one." I'm like, "No." He's like, "Oh, you're not my dad." I was like, "Oh, I am. I am."
That's the problem.
No, I know that his mother is not a fan of that look.
Oh yeah.
And there are times when I'm like, okay, I know your mom don't like it, but whatevs.
But with that, you gotta put your foot down a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't want him to be like, I'm not gonna tell her I got it, and then I'm gonna dress up and go wear it through the house and scare the crap out of my mom.
That'd be kind of funny though.
And he would do that.
Yeah. Which I guess is the problem.
It is the problem. Yeah, because, we don't need to do that. That's not nice.
You don't need to be getting that phone call.
Right.
Russell Allen says hello.
Hello.
Hey. Is that our Russell?
Hello.
Is that our Russell from Diamond? It is. How are you recovering from getting hit by a boat, yo?
What?
Yeah. Tell us, if you want to talk about it. I know
You can't call him out like that and then be like, oh, if you want to talk about it. Because I guess we're talking about it now.
I can absolutely do that.
Hit by a boat.
I don't want to hear the story. I need to hear it.
Yeah, type it in the chat. Tell us.
In long form.
Yeah. Go ahead, type the saga.
Goodness.
Hey, what's up, Jason? We talked about you earlier, Jason. How much we love you, man. Well,
How much Rick loves you, man.
we all love you. don't get it twisted.
Wow. Leona up in here throwing shade today.
All right. So we only got a few minutes left.
Oh no.
Yep, we're down to the wire.
Oh no. I'm getting there.
Yeah. Johnny's back there rushing. He's like, wrap it up, Rick.
No, I actually completely lost track of time. I didn't realize we were coming up on the hour.
That's right, because it's that good today. Leona over there again. We got the shade darkened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, just as we always do, go to your friendly local game store. Go to the one nearest to you or the one that you enjoy going to. And if you haven't found yours yet, take a peek. You're going to find one and become part of your local community in painting, in tabletop, playing all the games out there. Pick up whatever, pick up something new this week if it's in the budget. Pick up something new, play it, share that game with your friends, and take pictures of whatever you're playing or painting and share it with us here at Game Trade Media, because we'd like to shout out our community on Fridays with our community shout outs on Board Games and Beyond. And if you guys are sending us in pictures, we can shout out you in your gaming group or your local store, all that stuff. We'd like to be able to do that. And the best way for that is if you, the community, shares that with us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Also, go to your local game store and pick up, or comic shop, and pick up a copy of the Overstreet Guide to Tabletop Games, which should be available
We
now.
did that. Yeah, it came out last month. And if they don't have it, be like, yo, Home Slice, why don't you have this? I'm like, I can at least get the fur done.
All right.
Looking decent on this.
I'm going to drop
I like
these
painting
off
fur.
real quick, and I'll put up my soldiers.
I like painting fur a lot. It's very satisfying to get that sort of like low lights going on the fur. Is that weird?
Your low lights on the fur?
No, just to be like satisfied with like that like very specific thing, because that was I think my favorite part of painting the other barbarian from this set. Maybe I'll post that in Happy Little Minis later.
It's funny is when you said that, it's like apple bottom jeans with the low lights on the fur.
With the fur. God, that song came out my freshman year of college, and I could not escape it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Did it? Okay.
So here is the soldiers I've been working on for like a month. Nice.
Wow.
That's good. But I'm not kidding.
Past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like,
Everything Muse says looks good.
thanks. Yeah, these were the ones that I was like, as I was working on one miniature, as that one was like needing to dry for some reason, I'd work on these guys a little bit and come back to them. So yeah, they're going to get out there and defend and or steal whatever Gregory wants to be stolen or defended against. And then the orc.
Yeah. I'll put him out. And you can be like, wow, Carrie, that's all you could do today was that?
You did great.
I did not, but that's okay. An attempt was made.
And a success.
Well,
I mean, you only
I
had an
had
hour.
an hour.
You only had an hour.
I just like how the fur looks on his back.
And it
I
looks
think
great.
that looks neat.
It looks great.
Thanks.
It just means that you still have a bunch of paints at home, yeah?
I don't have any paints at home.
Oh, we have to fix that.
All of the paints that I've ever used, I've stolen from this show.
What?
And then returned.
Well,
So.
then take what you need and finish it.
Yeah, we'll
And
get done.
Yeah. So finally, before we sign off, also again, one more time, just one more time, we're going to talk about it just once.
Yeah.
One more time.
Today.
Today.
Yeah.
Sometime today.
Yeah.
Join us at Painting Happy Luminis on the Facebook group so
Yeah.
that we can share all the things that we're painting here and you're painting there, and the community can come together and give tips and tricks, and everybody can get better painting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm Rick,
I'm Carrie.
and we'll see you at the game store.
Thanks.
Guys, we're super excited to share that our new book, The Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games, is now available.
We love tabletop gaming as much as you do, and we're so thrilled to share the finished book with the community. This book covers the history of the tabletop industry, from classic board games like Monopoly to collectible card games like Magic, and of course, RPGs like Dungeons and Dragons.
The book also highlights some of the top talent in the industry, featuring interviews with Peter Atkinson, Matthew Mercer, Larry Elmore, and many more. Plus, we chatted with collectors from all walks of life. who shared their own knowledge and insight about tabletop collecting.
We also discuss everything from the impact of crowdfunding on the current state of the industry, as well as take a look at all sorts of ways to preserve your collection for years to come. This book provides a perfect snapshot of the tabletop industry at large and shows what makes this hobby so great.
You can head into your local game store or comic shop right now and pick up your copy of the Overstreet Guide to Collecting Tabletop Games. If they don't have it in stock, you can order your copy through previews, through Game Trade Magazine, or through gemstonepub.com.
Thanks for watching Painting Happy Little Minis. If you liked it, leave a like and a comment below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new content.